Welcome back to the Hypervision podcast. I am one of your hosts. What's my name? Drew.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what they call me, Drew. Sometimes they call me other things, but we don't gotta talk about that. That's for therapy in 10 years.
That's for after dark.
And we are accompanied here with my lovely co-host. Insert name here.
It's me, Noah.
Oh, Noah, man.
We're back.
We
are back. Yeah, man, doing good, doing well. So,
what'd you say?
I said doing good, doing well.
Doing good, doing well.
You know how it is.
Family's okay. The wife's good.
Yep, kids are doing well. Mm-hmm.
Yep. We'll start off with our sponsorships because we're getting a lengthy list these days. Most of these aren't actually even sponsorships; they're just things that I'm going to shout out. We'll start off with number one. Back here we got the real one, Shank It Golf. That's our sponsorship for the day. The real one. They got cool hats, they got cool golf apparel, cool bags, all that kind of stuff. It's great stuff. Use code HYPERVISION, HYPERVZN. If you want stuff, you can get discounts, and we get a little bit of that money. So please use it. Second, the long-standing one, Kegasi Lornhole. It's a great one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So shout out to them. They do crazy cornhole stuff, make the boards and all that stuff. Sometime maybe. Next up, we've got the Andrew side of it. Shout out, we got Unaware Podcast, a big inspiration for me starting this still. And he's also, you see that wall right there if you're watching. How do I point at this properly? The mirrored camera is really throwing me off when I try to point at things. Behind that wall, he's like right there. He's not in the closet there, but he's just other side of the wall. And his company Palm as well. I talked about it last episode, I think. The marketing consulting company that he started with his friend. We got another one I'm adding. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen Micah here in a little bit, so I think maybe they're just waiting on logistics and stuff and like that. I don't know. But they apparently have people they're talking to, so
right.
It's moving. Get on board before it's too late to book one. Same here. We got Opulent Lawns. This is Jameson's company.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what opulent means. I don't know if he does either. But he did agree to be on a podcast sometime this month. So we'll figure out what opulent means then.
Okay, here we go. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
He kind of started a lawn care thing before he went to Nashville. Now he's doing it for real. He's got an LLC, all that kind of stuff, doing it legit. So he's got a website for it. It's mostly just Dayton area, I think, is probably what he's going for. But
is it obviously just like a summer thing, or is it?
Well, I guess whatever time you can mow around and do all that stuff. He's doing I think he said mulching and I don't know. You can check his website. It's all on there. OpulentLawns.com.
Opulent Lawns.
Looked at it today.
I'm so intrigued. I need to know what opulent means, man. Opulent.
I like the suspense of not knowing. I also just forgot to look it up last time I thought about it.
Definitely going to be looking it up after the.
I believe that's all of my shout outs. If you need a car, that's too much of a conflict of interest between Josiah and Mike. I can't do that.
You need cars and you're in two different areas. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. If you're in the northern area of Ohio, go to Josiah at
Parkway Ford.
Okay. Well, only if you want a Ford, I guess.
Well, no. That's just the main dealership, but yeah.
If you are in the southern half of Ohio, or even anywhere else around there, go to Michael Hinnon at Northgate Chrysler Jeep Dodge Wrangler.
Whoa.
Ram? I think, is Ram separate?
No, I think it's just part of it. Okay. Jeep Dodge Ram. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
would say Wrangler too, but that's also a part of Jeep, so I don't know.
I think the place I don't know. I'm just talking at my butt, but I'm pretty sure it used to be called Parkway Nissan or Parkway Ram Dodge or the same thing as what Mike says. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
In any case,
yeah.
so yeah, cars. You want some cars? We know
Go to
some people.
them. Mm-hmm. They'll get you a great family and friends discount. Free floor mats.
I was gonna say I don't know.
They probably won't screw you on an interest rate. Is my choice, or if my guess. They'll just like, yeah, fine, that's not terrible. And then I guess the last thing, Hypervision merch. I don't know when it's going to be out. I don't know when this is going to be out. Podcast and website, but eventually it'll be there. I'll hype it up. You'll see it. It's cool. It's great. I don't know about prices still. We'll figure it out. But yeah, for today, I'm hands off. This is all Noah. I'm not saying a word. The next hour and a half, you get to hear Noah.
Yes, you are.
Nope.
I want your input.
I need you to take me away, sweep me off my feet.
No, I just had an idea that the some of the TikToks that you see, like the motivational ones,
Mm-hmm.
like I just I find them fascinating actually. Um, it's just that there's like ones that I'm trying to think back to the few that I've seen. Um, I think there's one with there's one that has like multiple where it's like I think it has like Joe Rogan and a couple of people and basically like the gist of it is like, hey, like get up, do something, make yourself better. What are you doing? Laying in your bed. What are you doing? Get up and do something. Is that the vibe? And I was just bringing up conversation of like, do you think whenever you see those, do they help you? What could they do better? Uh, Trying to think of what else like could be roped into that. But yeah, just kind of that sort of like genre of TikTok. I know last week we talked about the other there's another genre, I guess, TikTok that we talked about last week. So
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of TikTok based, but hey, these are just topics that I feel like come up, and I'm just curious to know your thoughts, and then we can just kind of go from there.
See,
Do they help you, or have how many have you seen? Do you see a lot of them?
no, I see them. I have I don't know. There's I feel like most of the time I've seen them has been like if I'm laying in bed before like I go to sleep. Excuse me. Uh, like they'll come up like as it's like late at night. I feel like it's when I see them the most. And I don't know, maybe that's targeted. I have no idea.
Sure.
But I feel like for a lot of people, at late at night when you're laying in your bed is either when you reflect on your entire life and hate every decision you ever made in your entire existence, or it's when you're laying there and you're like, all right, and maybe these two things flip flop like every week or every day or I don't know something like that, like on and off, or it's where you lay there and you go like, all right, I'm waking up at 6:30 tomorrow. I'm gonna get my life together. I'm gonna organize things. I'm gonna get this, and this done, and I'm gonna have a great day. And then you wake up at 8 and you're like, oh, I tried. But I don't know. I think there's even like I don't know if I'm the only one that's seen this or if it's like a thing where it's like you don't trust a thought after like 10 p.m. or after 11 p.m. because that's just when all those thoughts hit of like, all right, when I get up tomorrow, then yeah, I'm gonna fix everything in my life.
Yeah.
It's not how that works, especially because you're starting. Okay, I'll start it then,
Yeah.
and maybe that's what those videos are trying to say is like, no, don't start it tomorrow. Start it right now.
Yeah. I would agree. I would agree. I don't know. Just like I always I look at it too, and then I read the comments of them. Reading the comments of them are awesome because they're like, they're like, damn, needed this. It's like, all right, man. I don't know. It's like
Yeah,
I understand it, I guess, to a point, but it's like I don't know. It's like I think you shouldn't need that to do that. You shouldn't need to watch that and to like, hey, to say, hey, I want to change my life, or I want to change how I'm doing things,
right.
or I want to be less lazy, stuff like that. Um, I don't know. I mean, like, sure, like I'll watch like maybe not TED Talks, but let's just say like motivational speakers in general. Like, sure, like that's fine. I'm not saying that I'm watching those for the sole purpose of, hey, I want to change my life, but
Right.
it's more of like just informative type of stuff. But I don't know. It's fascinating to watch those videos and then look at the comments and be like, everybody's just like, damn, needed this, or thanks for showing me this. I'm gonna do stuff, and it's like, are you like, I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
the concept behind it is just odd to me. Is all.
I will say on the comment section of it, like how we talked about the last one of like all like the depressing guy videos and all that kind of stuff, how I think social media has the very far extreme side and one far the other side extreme. And there's never really that often you find that comfy middle zone, because I don't think comfy middle zone describes social media in any way possible. Um, but yeah, so you're gonna have those comments on there where it's like all the way balls to the wall. I needed this. This saved my life tonight. I'm not, and like it's the same thing as last episodes. I'm not trying to put that down. If it did, that's amazing. Um,
Yeah, I mean
but there's
yeah,
and there's
that's good.
always that chance that it's just like, you know, you, maybe it didn't, and you kind of overplayed that. I don't know,
I wouldn't say
but
I
I
wouldn't say
understand what you're saying. Yeah, you look at that and you kind of just go, and then maybe it's just because I think, like, I'm gonna ask you this: do you think it's just situational? Like for you personally, when you look at that, it's just like, that's cool. It's a good reassurance thing, because that's how I feel. Like it's like, okay, that's reassuring. Like it was good to hear that.
sure,
I
sure,
like it didn't
sure.
like I didn't watch it and just get anxious or get like, oh well, like I feel like I like, sometimes you watch TikTok videos and you're just like, what did I just watch? I just wasted 35 seconds of my life. That's a lot of TikTok.
Right,
Those ones I
sure.
don't feel like I waste my time. I'm like, all right, that was a good
Yeah,
reassurance thing. And sometimes that's like how I watch that. I'm like, I think I'm good to go to bed. I don't feel like I'm just gonna stare at the ceiling for the rest of the night now. Like that's at least how
yeah.
it feels.
That's fair. That's fair. I would say I tend to agree. Um, yeah, I would say I tend to agree there. I forget what I was gonna say now.
I
Dang.
guess if it was like situational, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So like, I guess, but it's like I sometimes like I do that, and I agree with what you're saying. Like, yeah, like I needed that resurgence, but it's like still, it's like I don't know what I'm like. What else am I doing? Like, what am I watching that, and what am I gonna do differently? Probably not much. That's kind of how I take it. But and like again, like I said, if you listen to it and it changes your life, fine. Like I'm not dogging on it by any means. I'm just
Right.
saying, like for
Yeah.
me personally, it's like it's just not. I don't know. I guess I just kind of find other ways to I guess find motivation. I guess I don't really need that. I don't know. It's not my
Yeah.
sole It's not my sole thing to get my motivation from. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's fair. It's situational maybe. I talked to Andrew about it a little bit just to pick some ideas, and we came to think like, maybe it doesn't work for us, but at the end of the day, if for one person at max, if it just one person, if that
Yeah.
fixes their stuff, it gets
Yep.
them the life turned around, that's
Sure.
at that point more than
Sure.
worth it. Keep doing
Yeah.
those videos every day, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
um I had something to say off of yours now. I forget. We are well and truly back.
The block is here. The block is here.
Mm.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Man, what did you say? Shoot.
I just talked about like whenever I watch it, like it's not doesn't necessarily help me right then and there.
Okay. It was questions for you. So it was because you said like when you watch it, you don't know what then that video would make you go do to make your life better or something like that, or go make things better, right?
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's more of a question of like, what are the things you want to improve, or like, what are the things like, do you have those moments where like that, where I said like, you lay in bed and you think about like, not the sad side of it, but like the ones that's like, all right, when I wake up, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like you have that like moment in your head where like, all right, when I wake up, I can make my life 10 times better tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny because that's actually true. Sure.
So my question
All
is
the time.
then, maybe if you want to share, what are those things? Because maybe those
Well,
videos aren't meant to be like exactly what we're saying in this video is what you have to go do. Sometimes
Sure.
that's how it comes off. Maybe like,
Yep.
I'm not gonna say Joe Rogan's a bad guy at all, but
Yep.
I think
Yep.
sometimes his stuff can come off as like there's a checklist you have to hit,
Yep.
or there's certain
Right.
motivational speakers that say here's this checklist you have to hit. Like a lot of the TikTok stuff of like, um, I don't know if you're seeing it, but it's just like ways to be a better person and like all this like maturing as a guy kind of thing. It seems like it's just a lot of check boxes to hit, and it's not
Okay.
actual personal growth. It's just like, no, I acted this way for 3 days. I'm better now.
Yeah,
So I guess
I think that goes
that's my
back.
question: is that
Yeah, yes, and I'll answer that. But back to that, it's like I think it could be maybe messaged a different way, maybe because I do agree. Like sometimes it can be like a check, like a checklist, but like make it be more of like a reminder, I guess.
mm-hmm.
I guess what I agree. But anyhow, I wouldn't say like anything. I'm not gonna say anything like specific, but like yeah, it definitely does. Like I do like wake up and be like, hey, if I did this and this, then yes, I probably could, change my life for the better or, stuff like that. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I wouldn't say that's because of the videos though.
Right.
But again, to your point, I think that those definitely like remind me of like, hey, I could be doing this, and this, and that's kind of where it comes in. So, but no, nothing specific that I'll say.
All right. We'll break you one day.
No, siree.
Why not? Why can't we break you and get you to say that?
Not now. It's not gonna
That's what I
happen,
said.
you
I said one
stupid.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, one day, sure.
Well, what's your issue against it? I understand you don't have to share everything you want to say in your life on this podcast. That's like it doesn't need to be.
Uh,
Um, but what would be the issue of that?
I love it. No, there's no issue. No issue at all.
Okay. All right.
Just don't. Sure.
All right. That's fine. All right. End of the episode.
I would do it. I would do it to you personally, but not all. All right.
Yeah, that's completely fine. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna spend the next 45 minutes thinking of ways to get out of Noah.
Is that where your mind went? Is like that like this has to happen in order for the episode to continue?
No, you know how my brain is. If I think it doesn't have to happen right then,
Okay, fine. Let's just say
that's a lie. That was a
let's
full
just
lie.
say for example, it's like being more active or going to the gym
Right.
or
Yeah.
other
And I'd say those are the
things.
go-tos probably. You
Yeah,
lay in bed and you go, you
sure,
know what? I could be doing more. I
sure.
could work out. I could run. I could do push-ups at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could eat healthier. I could wake up better. I could go to bed earlier.
Sure. I think all that.
Wake up
Yeah,
better.
that's.
I could learn how to speak English.
I think all those are
Yeah.
legitimate. That makes
It's
total
all
sense.
the main things in your life that are guaranteed things you have to do every day: work, sleep, eat, um, personal time, stuff like that. Those are the four go tos. There's probably more basic ones that I could just knot off the first 5 seconds of my thoughts. But I think those are the main things. Like I lay in bed and I go, all right, I'm gonna get out of bed before 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'm gonna have like an actual morning. I'm not gonna wake up, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, shower, leave. Well, get changed, leave, and then be at work. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna have 5, 10, 15 minutes to just chill, do nothing, do what I want, maybe eat food, drink some water. Drink water is another, that probably falls into being healthier with food and stuff. Um, all that kind of stuff. Like have an actual morning process, because the mornings like that I have free, like on the weekends and stuff like that, that I don't just wash away in bed until like, fine, I'll roll out of bed finally. The ones where I wake up and I actually like have some sort of morning, I'm like, that was actually kind of nice. Compared to the, oh man, I'm sitting in the shower. Should I work from home today? Can I make some excuse?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with all those points. Actually, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I would agree with that. But I think there's other things too that non non body or non like physical related, I guess, that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like um, maybe it's job wise, maybe it's um, I guess it all pertains to life, but just like trying to think what else besides like job.
I think reading more falls into a lot of people's stuff, like getting into
Sure,
books,
sure.
reading, studying more stuff, just like expanding knowledge a bit, podcasts, whether there's like stuff like that. There's plenty of history and philosophy and stuff like that stuff out
Yeah,
there.
I think for me too. Honestly,
Meditation
it's
time,
I
whatever
think
that
for
pertains to you
yeah,
as.
I think for me too. I think it obviously involves like its monetary value, but I think traveling. I think
Yeah.
that's something too. It's like we've talked about it before. It's like I there's probably stuff that I'll never be able to see like physically with my own eyes, like in the world,
Yeah.
whether that's in the States or abroad. So it's like I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's a fear of missing out necessarily, but just like just sucks that I'm probably never gonna be able to like see that stuff like ever. So without like
Why
taking
not?
like pictures. Exactly. That's like yeah, why not? But obviously that has like monetary
Yeah.
value, so that's where it comes into
Yeah.
play. But yeah, so some of say stuff like that too. I think what else? Those are the things that come to mind. Obviously, we could go more in depth into the other stuff, but I'm not really at peace to do that. And what about you?
Like, what are the things I sit and think about that I would want to
Sure,
do?
sure.
So I guess besides all the stuff I just did,
Your late night thoughts.
see, that's a deep question because sometimes my late night thoughts go to what can I bully Noah with tomorrow? Like what
Okay,
kind of setup? That's the thing though. Like it's like
okay.
what kind of setup can I get in my mind to where I can get someone, not just you, maybe Tyler, maybe Adam, um, whatever it is, anybody that I'm like, all right, what can I say tomorrow that can get an emotion out of somebody, that can get a reaction out of somebody? There's sometimes stuff like that. But no, yeah, like it's a lot of the stuff is job stuff, whether that's uh, man, this mirrored camera is really throwing me off. I thought that was going to be the right side to grab. This one, work, HTC, that stuff. Whether it's that job, whether it's this job, Hypervision, stuff like that. Job, what do you want to call it? And that's for that one, it's spending more time thinking about episodes, trying to reach out to you more about things that I've thought of, things that I want to do, try to spend more time on growing the brand itself, making it whatever I want to be, maybe figuring out what path to take it down some point, stuff like that. Just topics in general though, that's a big one. I mean, yeah, travel would probably fall in there, but I kind of want to base my travel stuff around soccer. So then it's just, I don't know. We'll have to see
Sure.
how that goes with that stuff. And so I don't put too much to it. Um, I don't know. A lot of mine just goes to health, I think, because I know I could be doing a lot more than what I do
Yeah, I mean,
as I sit here and stare at the Mountain Dew can
well, I mean,
and
it's like
empty cup
it's
next to
like
me.
look what I have, bro. It's like what are we doing? It's like
Well, yeah, I know.
I'm right there
Yeah,
with you, man.
I know
I'm
in
right there
general
with you.
how I do my things. Gym wise, I don't go to the gym right now.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean
I know I could do more. I just don't want to drive to the gym.
that's
Like that's really what it comes down to. I don't want to go to a public gym.
I mean, I wouldn't want to either. I wouldn't want to either at all.
I just want to play soccer when I feel like it. That counts enough, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, even then, stuff goes into coaching, spending more times working on like tactics, stuff like that, how to train better players, how to train the players to be better, how to coach their mental side of their game, because they're still in high school for the kids I coach, so like the mental aspect of the game is insane because in high school I don't think anyone knows what their mental state is.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing, is just trying to manage. You got 20 high school kids right there all at the same area. How do you manage 20 people that are 15 to 18 years old?
Yeah.
Because that's just they're all insane probably. Too much energy, and then you get them right at the end of the day.
Yeah,
But
it's just
yeah, I guess that's my stuff.
yeah. I'm trying to think.
I think on like a weekly basis, I tell myself, all right, this is the week. I focus up on on what I eat, what I drink, more water, less soda is really what it comes down to. The uh, the stuff like this, it's actually not. It's not that much compared to how much soda is. So soda would be the thing I need to cut down on.
Okay, then let's pivot. Then let's pivot to this. Then how do you um keep at it? How do you keep at it? Because I think for you, for me, we do like spurts. We do spurts. Like, all right, we're doing this. We do it for I don't know, maybe a couple days, maybe a few weeks.
yeah.
How do we? I'm like I said, I'm a big proponent of this too. How do we do it for years? Prolonging effect. You
So
know,
are you so you weren't asking how do I do it, like how have I, or it's what do we
I
need
guess
to do?
it's like
What
an
you're asking?
yeah. I guess it's like an open and it's an open ended question that
Okay.
obviously I think I know I need help with too.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna actually save that for another episode actually because I was just curious. But we can kind of go into a little bit.
Because I
Um,
know on the front of this is the first notebook I've written. All this just all the random podcasts and soccer stuff I have.
I love it. I love it.
Um,
Ooh.
we're this far into it now. As you can tell, it's not all serious stuff. Like that's literally a soccer formation right there. Um,
A little sucker.
but very front cover. This is the cover. There's no pages between this. You can't see. No
Yep.
pages. Right here it says May 16th, no soda. That was last year. Last May, 2022. Me and Michael, May 16th, we started no soda. And besides like mixed drinks, like if I had like a rum and coke or something like that, because I don't fully count that, and I don't have those that often really, and like really much at all. And especially if I'm not buying soda, I'm not gonna have it. There was just like I went to weddings and stuff like that, and like whether it's an open bar, sure, I will because I'm not paying for it at all. So why not?
Sure.
Why not get the
Sure.
stuff that's
Yeah.
normally more expensive? Um,
Openers
so we
are
did
optional.
pretty good. I don't know how long it really was until I like just tossed it all aside, and I now have this here. But it's a Mountain Dew for the people not watching. Um, but I think a big part of why that lasted for at least 3 months, I would say, and that's not bad really, because
Yeah.
it could be
Yeah.
like it could have been way
Why did it
quicker.
last?
But like so, it was me and Michael doing it right there, and there's I think I even said it like accountability is huge no matter what facet of like things you're talking about with accountability in sports, accountability in your workouts, accountability in your reading, accountability in anything at work, blah 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 blah.
Absolutely.
To a level, you don't want to be micromanaged, especially at like work stuff or like anything
Sure.
like that. But like you want to have that accountability to know like, and maybe some of it might just be guilt, like, oh man, I don't want to let this guy down. Like I didn't want to let Mike down on this thing, but like at the same time, like, dang, Mountain Dew sounds good right now, but. And I don't think I ever want to get to the point. I've always joked, and it's kind of serious though. I want to keep my lifestyle at the point where I can eat and drink whatever I really feel like within reason. Like not like I can't. I don't know what I'd have to do workout wise to be able to eat Taco Bell and Mountain Dew every day
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and still
Same.
be like a healthy guy and do what I want to with like soccer and stuff like that and not die by 36. Um, but like I think I've always said it, like I want to keep my body in the shape to where if I want to eat a bowl of cereal at midnight, I can do that. You know, that's kind of the level of athleticism I want to keep my body at. Is if I eat this bowl of cereal at midnight, will it really affect me? And if the answer is no, I'm good to go and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. If the answer is maybe I step it up on what I'm doing. Now I have fully not answered your question across this 3-4 minutes I've been talking. Besides really like I think accountability is something you've got to have.
Sure.
And maybe that also is situational. I think everything I say in my life could just be, oh, actually, well, it's situational. But more often than not, I think you're going to need accountability. You're going to need to let somebody know or have some sort of way of tracking it and being like, all right, well, I'm not hitting this. I'm not hitting this. So whether that's you do it with someone, you tell someone about it, and then they're just like, hey, how you doing on this? Or you like, I don't know. If you like keep a tally or a track of things like that, you need some sort of accountability, I think, for sure. Doing it with people, I think, does help.
Interesting. Interesting. I'm trying to think. Um, yeah, I mean, I've tried it, and I do spurts of like, hey, I'll do it, and then I'll do it, and then it's like, all right, it's like just like breaking a habit. It's pretty much it's pretty
Yeah.
much all it is, and it's like,
You got to break a habit and you got to make a new one. That's the tough part.
yeah,
Because you can start to try to make the new habit, which is like if you try to go like, all right, say I go, like if my habit wanted to be working out more, then say it tomorrow I go to the gym and then I come home and I do my normal routine after that. I don't really think I've done anything to break a habit because I did everything I did the same. Like if I get home tomorrow after work, I'm like, all right, let me change. Let me go ahead to the gym. I come back. I watch YouTube for like 2 hours, eat some food, and then I play Xbox with you guys. Realistically, all I did was just shorten my Xbox time. That's about it.
yeah, that makes sense.
Because I don't think like that's every time I've tried to get back into an actual workout routine, I've never really cut anything. I've just kind of scaled down, and that can work. But I guess it depends on how well you want to do that. Like we'll say, for instance, for your thing, if the one thing you mentioned was if you want to work out more or get out more often, stuff like that. What would be your way of doing that? What do you think you would have to break to then get to that point where you can start building that as the new habit?
Probably, I mean, probably playing video games.
Yeah. And that's the
I
tough
mean,
part
I mean,
for guys
honestly,
like us. Yeah, that's the tough part for guys like
it's
us is
it's
like
it, it's so
every
tough
time you think about it, you're just like, man, but I can't.
because I look and I think it
And if you
came.
think back on it, how many times like that's just a habit now for us. It's like, all right, well, I got some time. All right, first thing you think of, Noah, you got some time to kill.
Video games.
You getting on the Xbox, whether it's YouTube or you're playing a game.
Yes, yes,
Maybe
yes.
TikTok. Maybe TikTok's jumped up in there between
Sure.
like how much time you have. I've actually been trying to cut down my TikTok time starting as of like yesterday,
Yeah,
so I
that's
can't
fair.
really say it's
I usually
going right now. But
I'm to the point where I look at it a little bit at night and then a little bit in the morning. That's pretty much it.
I'm trying to at most make it a toilet app, and if I just want to scroll before I go to bed.
Sure, it's fine.
Yeah,
Going back to your point though, it's so tough to cut video games because I find it so well. I say I find it calming, but at times it can be very upsetting. But I think you get what I mean. Like
yeah.
it's
It's
that
your comfort
release.
thing. It's
It's the
it's your
release.
comfort thing. You know,
Yes, it's like it's
it's your go-to because that's what we've bred as a habit, or as like a that's what we've bred into our
and
lives.
it's I
Is
just I
because
think
when did you first really start playing video games?
oh God.
Middle school, probably. Like that's when you like that's when it was just like, all right, I'm I'm gonna go like when you're sitting at school, you're like, I'm going home and I'm playing video games all day. When do you think that really started?
Yeah, probably in middle school. Yeah.
Yeah, so from what sixth, seventh grade.
Yeah.
So that's 6 years to get through high school. Another
Just
4 years
ingrained in
of
my mind. It's
college.
ingrained in
Yeah,
my
that's
memory.
10. That's 10 years to the point of your graduation from college. To
Insane.
now we're what 3 years
Insane.
out almost. This is our
But
third year out.
do you think
You're on
that
almost 13 years of ingraining that into your brain. That you have to break a 13-year habit somehow. How do you do that?
I just don't think you can. I just don't think you can at that point, man.
It's chalked.
I don't think you can. Um, so in that case, there has to be a way that they can coexist, right?
You
What
gotta
else you
sell the
gonna
Xbox.
what else are you gonna do? Like, what else are you gonna do? You're gonna tell me what I'm gonna not work. You're telling me I'm gonna not like, cause like realistically, like you have what a little bit of time between work and let's
That's
say
the tough
like
part.
yeah.
Do
So
you give
let's
up your so do we keep playing Destiny until 1 a.m.?
no, it's so
Or
fun.
or do you have to be like, all right, well, I don't really want to work out after work or late at night. So where does that leave you?
Early in the morning.
Lunchtime? You don't want to do lunchtime probably, then you're all sweaty.
Probably not. No.
Early in the morning, like you said, yeah. So depending on when you work, I start at 8:30. Sometimes I start at 8. I gotta get in the gym by 6 probably.
Yeah, it's just not. And especially if you're playing games till 1 a.m.,
Yeah,
it's just
if
like
I've been playing
that's
Destiny,
not.
if I've been playing FIFA, if I've been up and like I don't fall asleep the moment I get like I'm not
Yeah.
special like that. I'm not
Yep.
Andrew. I'm not Tyler. I'm not Zach. I can't
Yeah.
just pass out the moment I
Yep.
want to.
Same. Same. It's
So
pretty
if I get
insane.
off at 1:25, I'm going to the bathroom, I'm taking a dump, I'm going to bed. But that means that I'm scrolling through TikTok. I gotta cut out TikTok, which is smart. Probably I need to do that. I need to stop watching TikTok so much. Um, but then I gotta fall asleep, and that's a process. It's 2 a.m. before I fall asleep. I gotta be up at 5:45.
Yeah.
Well, 3 hours 45 minutes of sleep. I can't.
See, that's the problem. So, yeah, it's interesting, man. It's very,
Because
very
then,
interesting.
what if I start my schedule of like, all right, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna work out. What if you don't have that same schedule? And you're like, well, I'm going Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We're on flip flop schedules, and we're like, all right, but I can stay up late and play this night. You want to play late with me tonight? We're like, well, no, I'm going to bed early because I got to work out in them. See, and then
Yeah. I
and
don't,
then it comes down to, are you more reliant on yourself or are you more reliant on other people? And I know for a fact I'm more reliant on other people.
yeah.
The moment I get a free chance, I FaceTime you guys and I go, hey, what are you doing? The moment I get a chance. If I'm sitting there alone and I'm like, I don't, yeah, like say it's me and Andrew hanging out for the day, and I'm sitting there, I'm just like, all right, well, Andrew's going to family dinner at 5:30. It's 5:32. I'm calling you guys. What are you guys doing? I want to do something. I don't want to sit here. I don't know what to do.
This is true.
Um, and maybe that's another habit I have to break. Is
Yeah.
to the moment I get, free time, and I just go, maybe go do something. But that's the thing. 'Cause the words I'm going to say, I don't like saying that because I was going to say maybe it's go do something for myself. But why is Xbox not doing something for myself? I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Why can't it be?
Is it because
Why is it
it's not
me
productive?
texting you and Tyler saying, hey, you guys trying to play some FIFA? Trying to play some COD? You trying to play MLB? Why is that not doing something productive with my day?
Yeah. I mean, I get it, dude. I think it's a fair point. Maybe we just need to.
Like when I put in a shift of 4 hours on Football Manager, I feel accomplished. I say that to anybody, like, what did you do with your day? I won the league with Chelsea 2 years in a row. I had Mason Mount score. That's accomplishments to me. But
Yeah.
to most other people, that's like you literally wasted your whole day simulating
Yep.
spreadsheets of soccer. I'm like, all right,
So
when you put it that way, shut up.
yeah, exactly. So mine, for example, would be getting camos on a COD.
Yeah,
Whenever we get that final mastery camo, oh, I'm on top of the freaking world, bro. I
yeah,
grinded all those weapons. I'm so happy. And then
exactly.
it's like, what did that do for myself? Like
But when
literally,
you think
what
about
did I
that, what
do?
that comes back to is that
It
13-year thing you've bred into your mind that
you're right. You're
no, but
right.
this is the thing. It's FIFA. It's okay.
You're
It's
right.
soccer. I love soccer.
You're right.
Like it's bred in my mind that that makes it okay because it's a passion of mine. And at the end of the day, I still think that's okay that you play video games and you do the things that you enjoy. But it's just stupid
We
that I
need help.
can't.
We need help, man.
No. Yeah.
We need help.
But okay, but do
Because
you
let's say
understand my point?
because
Why doesn't it make sense?
I understand. I understand. And it's like I hate to say it, but it's like it's not gonna change, man. I'm still gonna be
Why
playing video
can't
games.
it?
Like you know what I mean?
Why can't it change? Okay, maybe you're. So you're saying it needs to
Uh,
change. Of like we need to play less.
well, like realistically, like life wise, physical wise, probably, but it's like it's really it's just not it's just not going to.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying like we need help, but it's like who's gonna?
we just need a hobby
I
outside of
guess.
gaming. But this is the thing. Like,
But it shouldn't be a bad thing. It shouldn't be a bad thing. It shouldn't be a bad thing. That's the problem
right.
that I have.
But then you look at it and you go look at those things late at night that you think about, and you're like, all right, this is what
Like
I
the
like.
motivational videos.
Yeah, those motivation things. You think about those things in your life that you have, so the checklist thing is fine to do in general. I think you have your own personal checklist of things that you want to fix and work on. So, well, let's do it. We'll do an exercise with me. Think in your mind right now of those things that you want to work on late at night that you think of. Everyone, listen to this. Think of those things. You got your list. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, done. You've got that list. Now, think of the main thing in your life that takes up your time that like you can't get rid of, or sorry, that you can physically move. Like work happens, you have to work pretty much. So you can't really move that. That stays where it is. Maybe you can find a way to move stuff around at work or do other things at your work, which that could open up things. But we'll ignore work for now, probably. For me and Noah, it is video games. It is that. It is media and video 100%. Games consumption. 100%. You take what that is in your mind right now. Think about that. What that thing is. Compare it to this list that you have. Does this thing blocking everything right here? Does it? Can you take this and can it click off anything on this list? And then I think you know whether or not you need to cut this down or throw it out. You don't have to answer. I'm not asking you. This is a rhetorical question for everyone listening.
Sure.
I'm even asking myself this right now. And I know the answer. I'll say it. I don't think video games gets me the things that I want. That when I'm sitting there late at night and saying, this is what I can do to fix things. This is what I can do to make it better. When I wake up, I'm going to do this. Video games isn't on that list.
Yep. I 110%.
I will say sometimes it's like, man, I want to play that tomorrow. Like I want to win the Champions League, but I did it with Chelsea. So boom. But yeah. For me personally, this wall, this block right here, being video games and stuff like that, and this list that I have, boom, 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 doesn't hit it, doesn't hit, doesn't hit, doesn't hit, doesn't hit, doesn't hit, doesn't hit. Which means the video games, if it's taking up this much, maybe condense it or toss it.
I just don't know.
And that's the thing. That's because it's so how hard. Okay, do you think it's harder to break a habit or make a habit?
Break. I would say.
It is especially one that's been engraved in you. And you're 24, right? And you've got a maybe 13-year running thing. Over half of your life.
Yes.
Is the habit you've built of that. That's probably your longest running habit there.
But it's like I would like I said, like, and I understand, but it's like I've built friendships, I've built connections. It's like through that world.
Are you thinking? Like, so is it a fear of like if you shrink that down or throw it out, do you think you lose those friendships and connections?
Yes. I think to a point.
So is that a fear, or do you think that actually is what would happen? Like, do you see that happening?
I could see it happening. Like, sure, like I would still talk to you guys, like text, FaceTime, sure.
Well, I mean, we got a business together. Like, you can't just ditch me. I got you for life.
I understand that, but I'm talking about like just for example, like Josiah and like, you know, them. It's like that's what we do. Like we get on and we play.
Oh, you guys would plan out your days before it happens.
Yeah, like, that's just what we do. It's like we get on to play Xbox. And we just talk. We hang out. It's fun. It's like if I get rid of that completely, that probably won't happen. Like unless we like do it by text or we do it by FaceTime, which we don't FaceTime all the time. You know, it's like I don't know. And like same with like you guys. It's like I don't think like it would just not. I wouldn't say we would lose friendships, but like
it'd be different. It's a change. It's a huge change.
Especially because like, what are we gonna do? Okay, so let's say I get rid of video games. What am I gonna do? Take that time to go to the gym and then like read a book. What are we doing?
So that's my question to you: is do you actually care about those things on your checklist?
I mean, I probably should, but I don't.
That's okay. So if you get rid of video games and stuff like that for the things that you think would make your life better, because that's if video games is what's holding you back here, and you get rid of that and you replace it with the things that you think will better your life, why would you need to be upset?
But I'd almost argue that video games can help you do that stuff almost, you know?
Okay, so we have different lists then for sure.
Well, I guess not like life stuff, let's just say, but it's like I'm just saying like mental stuff. Like it's nice to just chill.
That's another thing. I'm not saying throw out video games completely, I guess. I've said throw it out a few times because maybe it is something you just need to get rid of, get out of your life. There could be things in your life that take up too much that you don't need at all. But if it's something that genuinely, and I mean genuinely, not but I like it. Like it genuinely brings you joy, and at like the moments you're at your worst, you're down, that's your go-to thing, and it's not used as like a vice. because I know people that when they get to their lowest points, they use something as a vice. And I don't know what vice actually means. I just hear people say it.
It's like a bad thing.
Yeah, it's a bad thing is what I was. Okay, so it is meant to be for a bad thing, right?
I think so.
Okay, if it's not, we don't know. But that's what I'm going for, is as long as it's not something that actually is a bad thing. Like, I don't think video games are considered a vice. Some
Correct.
people might see it that way, but I think as a whole, video games really aren't that bad. They just can be when you make a 13-year habit that's your life.
Sure.
So yeah, if it's truly something that I think brings you joy and like brings you up from dark places and stuff like that, and just like makes you happy, there's no reason to just fully throw it out. Like, you don't have to just be like, oh, well, I started working out, I started reading more, I started eating better, drinking better, spending more time with myself, reflecting on things, just making sure I'm doing better and feeling better. That doesn't mean, oh man, I've got a free 3 hours tonight. Like, I got nothing going on. And, Josiah texted me, Tyler texted me, oh, blah, 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 blah. They want to play video games tonight, but man, I'm mature now. I'm a better guy than I was before. I can't play. Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
There just has the main thing, and I think I've even talked about this a lot, is finding that balance,
Yeah.
You got to be able to find that balance. Right now, we are an elephant on the teeter-totter, and there is a feather right now. The elephant is our video game stuff, and the feather is everything on that list. Right? That's how our balance is. It's just in a feather.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of feathers to go. A lot. We got to slim that elephant down.
We do. We do indeed.
That was good. I don't know where that came from.
No, I think like I said, I think that could have been saved for a whole other topic, but I'm happy. I'm happy that it went there. I think it was good, so it's fine.
I had genuine frustration come out when I was saying, "Why can't it work?"
Yeah, no, that was good. I like when we're both passionate about it. That makes it a good a good thing for people to listen to. So
yeah,
it's good.
All right, so I'll ask you this. We said the motivational videos, maybe they try to push all right, when I wake up tomorrow, they try to push not that, do it now. Do you want to do it now? Do you got things in your life you want to start today, right now, that you want to work on?
I mean, yes. Well, I mean, yes, but it's like they're things that would take me like
So,
time to
I'm
do.
not saying like immediately you wake up tomorrow, you're the best salesman in sports history. You're the best tart puller in sports history.
Yeah, it's
You're.
it's gonna be an insane week, man.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Like, you're the smartest guy around. You, all this crap that you can think of in your mind that like you want to work on, maybe. I'm not saying tomorrow you wake up, boom, or sorry, not wake up tomorrow. We start now. That's habit number 1 to break. Is I'll do it tomorrow. So those things. What was I saying? Dang, man, we're back. What was I saying? No.
The things that I want to change, or the things that I can do right now, right?
Mm-hmm. I know I said that. I just don't remember where it was going now. Man, that thing went quick. Well, I got nothing.
It's chalked. I mean, I don't know. That's one thing I remember is just you were saying, hey, like what are things that you would like to change, right now today. We were talking.
Okay, see, I was saying like, yeah, you're not just gonna. Okay, but yeah, it was you're gonna start the habits. Either start the habits or start to break habits. That's what I was gonna say. That's okay. So that's the we're moving.
We're cooking now.
Yeah, we're cooking. Are those things that you look at yourself and you could go, I'm ready. I could do this. today?
Absolutely. I think for me though, it's doing it. I guess again, it's
Yeah.
like I guess it's finding the motivation to do it. It all comes full circle.
So, okay, then I'll ask you, what do you think are the things that motivate you? Because I meant to ask you this earlier when you said those videos aren't the things that do it for you like it does for the people in the comments, you know? What do you personally think are the things that motivate you to do things the most? Like maybe in your experience or what you think might work.
I mean, that's a great question. I. It's pretty deep. It's a pretty deep question. Like, what truly does motivate me?
You've talked a lot about, maybe this is just what you've talked a lot about your family, though. That's the thing that
Sure.
motivates you.
Yes, I would
I
agree.
know that's
I would
one for
agree.
sure.
And I think that just stems from, them not, necessarily doing what they wanted to do. Um, like they didn't go to college, they didn't maybe get to do like their dream job, I guess.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, that I think that's kind of my motivation there. Definitely that. I obviously think there's more. I'm kind of thinking like what else would.
So it
Um,
sounds like a lot of it is pride, though. Pride of doing things right for your family, letting them see that you can achieve what you want to.
yeah,
And then for yourself personally, I would say probably of proving yourself right that,
absolutely.
you have these goals. And as much as you might think, man, I just can't do these, you want to prove to yourself, I did them. I can.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Perfect. That sums it up really well. Yes.
So for you, it's a lot of like, you want to prove it to other people. That's your motivation is
Well,
not to other people.
not
Sorry, to yourself. Yeah.
sure.
To
Yes.
yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I was going to say not prove it to other
I'm
people.
not. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, no, I was
My
my
motivation isn't like, hey,
the
you
words in
suck.
my
I'm just
brain
gonna
were
do
next
all that
sentence is
extra.
going to be do it for yourself, not for other people. And the words that came out were do it for other people. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's fine.
that's good. And I think, we don't have to say I'm on podcast, but I will still push for the accountability side of it.
That's
If
what you need. So you need someone else to
I'm
like hold
probably
you
like, I'm going to
accountable.
have to, if I don't say it here right now, which I'm probably not going to because my brain's not going to be able to compute those things currently. It's moving too quick right now. But, um, like if I sit down and actually work some things out, I'm going to have to either write them down, keep them on like something I can see every day. And it's not just like tucked away. Cause I'm sure there's somewhere in here where it's just like, not just merch stuff, but it can't just be tucked away in some random page of a journal.
Yeah.
It needs to either be that I've told someone, I've talked to someone about it, or it's written down and I look at it every single day.
Okay.
That's how it's going to have to be for me, I think.
All right.
And then I was saying I would implore, I know words now, you to at least write it down or let people know about it. Let someone in on it then. Because then
Sure.
at least maybe if you don't even think about it, it could just be slowly slipping. And then someone's like, hey, how you doing on this? And then you're like, well, actually, I could do better. Or
Yeah.
I'm doing great. I'm better than you.
That's not what motivates me, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, man, that was good. That was a good one. That was a good one. We got some stuff out.
Legalize video games. That's all I got to say. Let video games be everything you need. Man, my
Yeah.
life would be set.
But like again, it's like
Why can't it be?
these guys. Well, look at the guys that stream. Take Nick Merckx or take Tim and Tatman for example. Okay, they do that for for a living. Okay, they can do that in the morning, let's just say, and then still have time in the night too. So whenever we're playing video games, for them, that's their time to do like family time or their time to do gym stuff like that. Like I feel like I do I envy that sort of like balance that they can have because they can do it pretty much whenever they want.
Yeah. So those guys you're mentioning, those guys are definitely at the top of what they
Sure,
do.
and
Because
yes,
there are people for sure that stream out there. That is all they do.
correct. Yep, yep,
Like I don't think like XQC, he's big on Twitch, very big on Twitch. If you don't know him, that just it's fine. Whatever. He's huge on Twitch. He's probably like what, top 5, top 10 streamer wise
probably.
or like
Yeah,
subscriber wise. Um I feel like he probably has a really terrible balance. But I think for him, maybe that's just a situational thing. He seems like the kind of guy that's all he needs.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's even talked about like how he wishes he did more, you know? Like he doesn't want that to be like he would like to at least step away a little bit and do more things and
I guess
work on his health a little bit.
I guess it's the people that I see personally, but yeah, I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
There are
yeah,
that do
but
that,
yeah, there's definitely streamers out there that have this figured out for sure. Like, all right, we've got this balance, and they even tell you at some points, like I'm not saying it's an easy job really, because like streaming it's not an easy thing. You know, like it's still a stressful thing you've got to do and you got to stick to. You don't just get there by luck.
Yeah,
it's a thing you got to grind for. But you know, and it's different in a sense. It's not a blue collar job. It's not a job where you're making calls all day long, stuff like that. You are sitting there playing video games all day. That is your job technically.
Yep.
Like when it comes down to the gist of it, you do play video games as your job. You got to edit and stuff like that, and that takes time. But you know, then there's the people that they don't have that balance, and they're genuinely just locked in front of that screen, sunrise to sunset, nothing else.
Yep.
Because they've built that habit.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to break it. Now it's all they know.
Yeah.
Because then there's also probably people that look at that and go, well, if I just play video games for a little bit, I'll get famous and be able to stream on Twitch for the rest of my life. And that's just not how it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
You got to build the habit.
There you go. There's the title.
Build the habit. Trim the elephant.
Yeah, there's okay. I'm not there's a joke in there somewhere, but
somewhere there's always a joke somewhere. Trust me, we'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's all I got. I think
that'll do it.
I think that'll do it. I would, if I'm going to give a challenge to people, challenge them, do that thing, that mental exercise I've forced on everybody, that brainwash thing of me and Noah figured it out. It's video games, whatever. Shut up. What's that thing, that block you got? What's the list you got? Compare that block to that list. Does it match? If it doesn't, probably cut it down. Stuff like that. I want to challenge people to do that. Take some time to do that. Work on those things. And then, not tomorrow, when you're listening to this and you think it in your head and you're going to start doing it, don't do it tomorrow. Do it today. Tell someone right now. Write it down right now. Put it on your door. Put it on your mirrors. I don't know. So you see it every day. I know some of you guys don't shower every day probably, but...
Terrible. What are we doing?
I don't know. Put it on your Xbox. Put it on your controller so you see it every time you throw it at the wall. Put it inside a hole in the wall maybe, so that way the next time you break your controller through it, you see it. I don't know. Anyway, my point is, do it. Do it today. Do it. That's what I got. All right, I'm out. Noah, you got it?
No, good man. We're good. This is a good episode, and we'll be back. We will be back.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Peace and chicken grease.